Chris, it's Tuesday. The people need a tutorial.
Give the people what they want.
Alexa, stop playing copyright music.
Hey guys, Chris here with Drift HQ for another How To Tuesday. Today we're going to be installing our 135 Brembo calipers on Duarte's E46 M3, while Crickett's in the background trying to weld some things together. We have brand new pistons for there from Centric. We have a new seal kit for the rebuild after we did our powder coating. We have new pads. We have the caliper adapter brackets from Seems Legit Garage. And we also have brand new Stop Tech rotors, as well as we're going to be flushing it out with some better brake fluid. So these are the upgraded pistons from Centric. The factory ones from BMW on the 135 brakes have a lot of drill holes in the top, and they're also made out of strange ceramic material. So after expanding and contracting, getting hot and cold a lot of times, they have a tendency to crack. Even when I was disassembling these calipers, we had a few of them break on us. So these are the new ones from Centric that are aluminum. So if you are rebuilding your calipers and reusing your old pistons, I recommend checking them, one for cracks, and make sure that there's no strange wear pattern on the side of your pistons, because that's going to prevent your seal on the side of the caliper piston from actually sealing properly. So we're going to start off rebuilding these calipers before we put them on the car. So before you start putting your pistons or seals in there, take a rag, fold it up so you have a sharp corner there, and try to get into all the spots where your piston seal, which is a small groove inside the caliper here, where you're actually going to have that rubber seal to seal the fluid in. So we have all of our pistons laid out for one caliper. There are 3 different size pistons on each side, so we can separate our seals and our dust boots based off of our piston sizing. So the first thing you want to do is take your original or your new OEM seal and put it into place inside that groove. I usually lubricate it with a little bit of brake fluid. They do sell products like Seal Glide, which is a brake fluid based lubricant that helps with caliper assembly, but typically brake fluid is enough to get it together, especially if you have new pistons. Bonus parts. So I guess we're doing hoses as well. Since we're bleeding the brakes, might as well. All good upgrades to do while you're in here doing your brakes anyways. All right, now that you have your seal fully saturated with brake fluid, it's very simple. You just take it, let me try and make it a little more visible for you. Just take it, push it in one side with your finger, and then you just kind of work your way around. Now these seals are square shaped. So once you have them in place, you have to make sure that there's no folds, there's no strange twists or anything in there, so that they actually seal completely flat. This one is not sitting completely flat. There it is. So there's the seal sitting inside of its groove. Then you're going to repeat that same process for the rest of the seals. All right, now that you have all your seals in place, there's a dust boot that comes with there. It's much easier if you install the dust boot on your pistons before you install the pistons. They're a little tight. Give them a little bit of a twist so you know that the base of the seal sits right. And then when it kind of frees up, you know that it's in the right spot. Now the same way that we put some lubricant on the base of our seals, we're going to put some lubricant around the bottoms of our pistons. Dust boot is in place. We lubricated our base to slide into our rubber seal. And now you can pretty much just push. And then your dust boot here has a little ridge that it needs to sit into. So after your piston's fully seated, just push your dust boot down into that groove. So with it sitting on the table, we weren't able to break these bolts loose because they are really tight, as they should be. Give you an idea of how tight to put your new bolts when you put them in there. And also the powder coat kind of seals it into the base, but in the vise here, we are able to break these bolts loose pretty well. Ah! Yeah. Big ratchet, recommended. So now the next step is for us to remove our caliper. It's gonna be two 16mm bolts. You don't need to remove the caliper from the caliper bracket because we're gonna be replacing the whole assembly. Now, if you are not reusing your brake hoses, it's okay to just let your caliper dangle. If you do want to reuse your brake hoses, I recommend that you tie up your caliper not to put any stress on the rubber hose. All right, so now we got our new rotors. We're gonna clean off all of our packaging stuff that prevents it from rusting. Just a little bit of brake cleaner on a rag. Now these Stop Tech rotors are labeled left and right. Don't mix them up. All right, so we're gonna try to retain as much of our factory dust shield as possible, but our caliper being a fair amount larger, we're definitely gonna have to trim this back a bit. So I'm just gonna cut a straight line essentially from where our caliper bolts are downward. Now that you have your dust shield cleared, you can put your bracket on. Now, what we found is that this larger bevel and the smaller bevel, the larger bevel needs to go toward the side of your upright. So that way this can clear the inner edge of that. Just gonna go in from the back side just like the factory bolts, and this actually will bolt to the front side of your upright. All right, now our new hardware here is going to be a 10mm Allen socket, so you wanna get these bolts nice and tight. Mind?
Yeah, take the keys to the show. You drive for a bit. Everybody wants Crickett.
No, they don't. Nobody wants Crickett. Okay, back in action. So, now we're assembling our calipers, putting our pads and everything in there so we can put it in. Now, what's very important when you're installing these calipers is that your bleeder is on the top side of your caliper. So you can specify the left and right calipers based on where that bleeder position is. If your bleeder is on the bottom, you would not be able to bleed your brakes because all the air is going to be up here and all the fluid's going to be coming out of here. Very important. So we're going to put our shims in. This shim right here sits at the base, so we're going to put a little bit of caliper grease just on where our caliper makes contact with our pads. Then this guy snaps right into the top of our caliper. Right there. Now we're gonna take a little bit of this grease as well. These little pins up here are our slide pins where our brake pads will actually be sliding and traveling on. So without these being greased up, they won't retract as well. You'll have uneven brake wear, a few other little things that you don't want to have. Also recommend just putting a bit of grease on there as well. Not a whole lot. You don't want getting between your pad contact and your rotor, but just enough to where everything can slide around without any friction. We don't like friction. All right, so now that we have our pads and everything into our caliper, we're gonna put a little bit of thread locker, our trusty orange thread locker, on these bolts here, which are gonna hold into our new SLG caliper bracket. It's like Frank's Red Hot Sauce. You put that shit on everything. So now that we've installed our caliper, we got our bolts tightened up tight. We also installed our new brake hoses in here. So the last part of the process is just to bleed the brakes. So that pretty much wraps up our install. We're just going to repeat whatever we did on this side over to the other side. Any interested in products such as this to adapt your brakes or any kind of other brake system upgrades, you can contact us at drifthq.com. Thanks for watching.